ClioVis allows for mindful student engagement in topics that would be otherwise difficult to understand. With this easy-to-use timeline program, students are able to gain a better understanding of biology and chemistry topics such as the enzyme and substrates involved in glycolysis, or how retroviruses work. Let's look at how easy ClioVis is to use. To create a timeline, students are first added to a larger project folder, allowing educators to inspect the progression of a student's or group's timeline. Creating a timeline is as simple as clicking Create Timeline. In this example, we will show you how to visualize an important aspect of our metabolic pathway known as glycolysis. Since we want to show how glycolysis starts, let's begin with one of the major polysaccharide substrate that starts it all, glucose. To show glucose on our pathway, click Create Event. We will name our event glucose and, at least in my opinion, label glucose as important. Labeling an event as important will highlight it against other events within the timeline, making it stand out more. To start off the pathway, we normally set the quote-unquote event date as the month being 1 and the year being 0. That way, it is easier to add new substrates and other molecules by thinking of the timeline as a grid. We can add a description up to 5,000 characters, add a main photo and video, a reference, and a category. I will categorize this substrate as 6-carbon sugar. If we wanted to visualize the pathway in its entirety, we can add the enzyme and the product produced, as well as some cofactors involved in the reaction. As we can see, the more connections we create to certain events, the bigger they get, conveying their importance within the pathway as well. Making connections in ClioVis is simple. Select an event and drag your mouse to connect to another event. As you can see, we are showing that the product, glucose 6-phosphate, will become the substrate for the enzyme glucose 6-phosphate isomerase. You can even add details to the connections. ClioVis does not have to be exclusive to chemical pathways, but can also be used to visualize processes in the cell, like retroviruses attacking cells. ClioVis is a great tool with many uses. It can be used for studying and even presenting. Without the need for exporting, pathways can be presented in an engaging way that is meaningful to the course. Welcome to ClioVis, your new study tool.